guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. What is today? Wednesday. Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. And we made it. So, I got Pennsylvania. You know I want Pennsylvania so bad. And I got Pennsylvania. This was from 4 years ago. I put out a short sneak peek video yesterday. If you watched it, then you know what's about to happen. And at the end, I have Jude's outro that he made for us. It's really good. All right, here we go. Question mark. Okay.
Hopefully it will clear up.
I believe we have everybody who will be participating.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Judge Marsico has now joined us also, so we have the full. I believe we have the full court here. So, Ms. Flaherty, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Your Honors, I plan to present 3 witnesses who will testify about the impact of Judge Young's conduct on them and their families. The testimony of the witnesses will refer to the findings of fact to give context to their impact statements. I will refer to the witnesses by their initials, consistent with the board complaint and with this court's opinion, to protect the confidentiality of the parties in these dependency and termination of parental rights cases. I also plan to present argument after Judge Young presents her case. And at this time, the board calls HR, who is located at Fox Rothschild. And so if Ms. Kane could admit from Mr. Tintner's office, please.
Let me know when the witness is up so I can swear. I can swear the witness. Has somebody alerted Mr. Tintner that we're ready for the first witness?
Did you text him that they're in the waiting room, correct?
Right, I'm going to talk to John. I just can't.
Oh, there we are.
Okay, we got this.
Yeah, we're fine.
Good morning.
Yeah, can't touch a baby.
The first witness will be HR.
Okay, may I ask HR to raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, please proceed.
HR, were you subpoenaed to appear here before the Court of Judicial Discipline in this matter?
Yes.
Your Honors, HR will testify about her experience on December 1st, 2017, in a dependency hearing when Judge Young held her in contempt and ordered that she be incarcerated. The case is in the interest of QR, a minor, and in the interest of LR, a minor. Those facts are set forth in this court's December 1st, 2020 opinion at Section 2, Findings of Fact, Part D, Contempt, pages 45, paragraphs 138 to 145. HR, at the time of the December 1st, 2017 hearing, how old were your sons QR and LR when Judge Young adjudicated them dependent?
QR was 15 and LR was 6 at the time.
And were both of them removed from your home?
Yes.
Before that December 1st, 2017 hearing, did you know that Judge Young would also address the dependency of your 2-month-old granddaughter, NM?
No.
Was that the first time DHS claimed your daughter, adult daughter, NR, and NM, the baby, were living in your home?
Yes.
Do you recall that Judge Young ordered that NM be placed in foster care?
Yes.
During that hearing, did you know where your daughter NR and the baby NM were located?
No, and I was trying to plead and tell her that I didn't know where they were at.
Did you understand why Judge Young held you in contempt?
No, I did not.
Had you done anything wrong?
I didn't understand what was going on because I didn't disrespect or I didn't do anything wrong in the court.
So what was the reason you were being held in contempt?
Because I didn't know where NR was.
I believe that, but then there's some things that I don't believe. I don't believe she wasn't doing anything wrong. I don't believe, because we've seen these court cases, we know people talk, especially when the judge tells them not to talk. They talk and talk and talk. I think that's what happened. I don't know. I wasn't there. Pennsylvania doesn't let me stream.
And
Describe now how you felt in that courtroom when Judge Young ordered you to be locked up until NR delivered the baby to DHS.
I was scared.
All right, above the girl who's speaking. I like that above her window. I can't tell what it is, but I like that. It's very pretty.
I was confused because I didn't know what I had done. I didn't know what rights I had or what actually was going on at the time.
Describe your experience with the sheriffs in the courtroom right after Judge Young ordered your incarceration.
When they came up and put the handcuffs on me, I had an out-of-body experience because I couldn't understand what was going on, and I didn't know what I had done. If I had done anything, I didn't know.
How did it make you feel?
I was scared, and I felt panicky.
How were you transported to the jail?
By the paddy wagon.
Can you describe your experience in that paddy wagon?
They were it was people in there that had drugs and was high, and they was leaning on me, and I didn't know if I would catch anything, or I really didn't know what was going on.
Had you ever been inside a prison before?
Never.
Can you describe your experience when you were in that prison?
I was humiliated, and I didn't have any privacy in there. I was going to the bathroom in front of people, and I felt bullied. I felt like I didn't have any control over what was going on.
When you went to the jail, did you know how long you would be locked up?
No.
I have to start over because the live stream is unlisted. And I cut all the first part out later. Unlisted. Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday, and the live stream is finally unlisted. I mean, public. It was unlisted. I started it. I started playing the videos. There were 6 of us at the biggest point, but mostly there was 2 or 3 of us. Unfortunately for you all, one of those was Fozzie, and he's probably gone now. That's right. We had him alone for, 11 minutes. Stay to the end. I'm going to play Jude's outro that he made us. And what we're going to see today is a court in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, guys. I love getting Pennsylvania. So this judge gets in big trouble for misconduct. So we're going to watch the hearing of a panel of judges against this judge, and they bring witnesses in. Now, I did show a video, a sneak peek last night, yesterday, of one of the witnesses that come forward. There's 3 of those. So here we go.
Hopefully it will clear up.
I believe we have everybody who will be participating.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Judge Marsico has now joined us also, so we have the I believe we have the full court here. So, Ms. Flaherty, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Your Honors, I plan to present 3 witnesses who will testify about the impact of Judge Young's conduct on them and their families. The testimony of the witnesses will refer to the findings of fact to give context to their impact statements. I will refer to the witnesses by their initials, consistent with the board complaint and with this court's opinion, to protect the confidentiality of the parties in these dependency and termination of parental rights cases. I also plan to present argument after Judge Young presents her case. And at this time, the board calls HR, who is located at Fox Rothschild. And so if Ms. Kane could admit from Mr. Tintner's office, please.
Let me know when the witness is up so I can swear. I can swear the witness.
You can swear right now, Judge. Damn it, it's your court.
Has somebody alerted Mr. Tintner that we're ready for the first witness?
Did you text him that they're in the waiting room, correct?
Right, I'm going to talk to John.
When you watch my videos, I cut all this out.
Yeah?
Oh, there we are.
Okay, we got this.
Yeah, we're fine.
Good morning.
Yeah, can't touch it.
The first witness will be HR.
Okay, may I ask HR to raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, please proceed.
HR, were you subpoenaed to appear here before the Court of Judicial Discipline in this matter?
Yes.
Your Honors, HR will testify about her experience on December 1st, 2017, in a dependency hearing when Judge Young held her in contempt and ordered that she be incarcerated. The case is in the interest of QR, a minor, and in the interest of LR, a minor. Those facts are set forth in this court's December 1st, 2020 opinion at Section 2, Findings of Fact, Part D, Contempt, pages 45, paragraphs 138 to 145. HR, at the time of the December 1st, 2017 hearing, How old were your sons QR and LR when Judge Young adjudicated them dependent?
QR was 15 and LR was 6 at the time.
And were both of them removed from your home?
Yes.
Before that December 1st, 2017 hearing, did you know that Judge Young would also address the dependency of your 2-month-old granddaughter, NM?
No.
Was that the first time DHS claimed your daughter, adult daughter, NR, and NM, the baby, were living in your home?
Yes.
Do you recall that Judge Young ordered that NM be placed in foster care?
Yes.
During that hearing, did you know where your daughter, NR, and the baby, NM, were located?
No. And I was trying to plead and tell her that I didn't know where they were at.
Did you understand why Judge Young held you in contempt?
No, I did not.
Had you done anything wrong?
I didn't understand what was going on because I didn't disrespect or I didn't do anything wrong in the court.
So what was the reason you were being held in contempt?
Because I didn't know where NR was and NM.
Describe now how you felt in that courtroom when Judge Young ordered you to be locked up until NR delivered the baby to DHS.
I was scared and I was confused because I didn't know what I had done. I didn't know what rights I had or what actually was going on at the time.
So if it's you, you either sit in jail or you tell your child to give her baby to DHS. Which would you choose? I would be in jail. I would never say, yeah, just hand your baby over to DHS. Even though if you are ordered to hand your baby over to DHS, you have to do that. I'm not telling anybody to break any court rules. Hand the babies over to DHS. On the safe side, go get someone else's baby and hand it over to DHS just to be What? I'm not muted. I'm not. I can see it. Why can't you hear me?
Describe your experience with the sheriffs in the courtroom right after Judge Young ordered your incarceration.
When they came up and put the handcuffs on me, I had an out-of-body experience because I couldn't understand what was going on and I didn't know what I had done. If I had done anything, I didn't know.
How did it make you feel?
I was scared and I felt panicky.
How were you transported to the jail?
By the paddy wagon.
Can you describe your experience in that paddy wagon?
They were it was people in there that had drugs and was high and they was leaning on me and I didn't know if I would catch anything or I really didn't know what was going on.
Had you ever been inside a prison before?
Never.
Can you describe your experience when you were in that prison?
I was humiliated. And I didn't have any privacy in there. I was going to the bathroom in front of people and I felt bullied. I felt like I didn't have any control over what was going on.
When you went to the jail, did you know how long you would be locked up?
No, I didn't know how long it would take, or if my daughter would, or if NR would bring NM to DHS or to the courts.
Had Judge Young ordered you to remain in jail until the baby was turned over?
Yes,
Did your did your experience of being in jail have any lasting effects on you?
yes, it's a constant reminder, and I have panic attacks, and I don't trust the court system or the judges or the police.
How has it affected you emotionally?
I have panic attacks and my anxiety.
Did your son LR return home to you?
Yes, October 2018.
And how has that experience affected him?
He still cry about being in foster care and been taken away from me and not knowing what the reason was.
And have you sought help for the two of you?
Yes, we have therapists. We have talked to therapists to help him with his anxieties. He has anxieties when it's time to leave me.
Did you appear before Judge Young after your incarceration?
Yes, I think 3 months after.
And what was that like for you?
I was terrified because I thought I was going to get locked up again. No trust for the courts.
And how has your experience on December 1st before Judge Young affected your opinion of her?
Her demeanor was unprofessional and she had no remorse for the way I was treated. And I don't think she should be a judge because I don't think nobody should use their power to do that to anyone that don't deserve to be incarcerated.
Thank you, HR.
Thank you.
Mr. Gibbs, I offer for cross.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hi,
Can
good
you-
morning.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry.
Ma'am, you were in Judge Young's courtroom because of an allegation of abuse against your child. Is that correct?
Yes.
And at some point, Judge Young ordered for DHS to have access to your grandchild. Is that correct?
Yes.
And your grandchild was living in that home with your child, correct?
No, she was not.
Okay. Did you grant the DHS access as Judge Young ordered you to do?
Yes, I tried to tell her I could call my daughter, or my lawyer said that she could send a police escort to the house.
How many hearings were you in front of Judge Young?
3.
3. The first hearing, what happened?
Okay. Is that too loud? Is that better or is that too loud? I'm trying not to talk very loud. Okay. Okay. All right. He says I'm quiet. This is the absolute loudest I can. This is the absolute loudest I can possibly make my microphone. I cannot make it any louder at all. There's no button, nothing to make it any louder. This is every single setting I have maxed out. Maxed. That's not good. That's really not good. Yeah, so this lawyer we're listening to right now, okay? I wish I could point to him, but you can't see my mouse. He's the second row on the right above chat. What do you mean it's too loud? I didn't do anything. Okay, I just closed all the settings because you said it was good. So I just closed them all. Oh. And there's my dog being real loud. I'm never moving that setting ever again. I don't care if nobody can hear me. That setting is staying very low. Okay, now, how does this sound right now? This is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I think it's good right here, so I'm going to keep talking. You tell me if it's not. I don't even know. I don't know why the sound messed up. I don't get it. Everything was the same as yesterday. Very quiet. That's it. I'm not going any louder. I'm not. So this lawyer is about to speak. Okay? So the reason the grandmother was in court was for her own children. Okay? The reason the grandmother was in jail was because of her daughter's baby. Now, this lawyer is about to bring up some of the reasons the mom was in court to begin with. Right? And it's inappropriate. Everything he says was recanted. I wanted to tell you that up front because he says some bad stuff. And you're going to hear this bad stuff. You're going to be like, whoa. And just so you know, what you're about to hear is highly inappropriate and adult themed. Highly inappropriate and adult themed and recanted. Because it was said by a teenager. And they lie. And maybe he did it. Maybe the teenager did what's about to be told to you. Maybe the teenager didn't. I don't know. He's a teenager. He probably did it, but he probably lied about it too, because that's what they do. They're teenagers. So, here we go.
She took my youngest son.
Because DHS asked her to?
No, they didn't.
The law department didn't ask her to either?
No, they didn't.
I'm sorry?
No, they didn't.
Were you upset that Judge Young took your son at the first hearing?
No, I was trying to be calm for him.
Okay. You didn't want her to do that at the time, correct?
No.
Ma'am, while you were testifying today, you've been looking down. Are you reading some notes that you prepared?
Can you repeat the question?
You've been looking down today while you were looking down while you were testifying. Were you preparing? Did you have notes that you were reading from today?
I did have notes about it and use them. That was
Okay.
just a guideline.
Okay. And just so I'm clear, the abuse that ultimately brought you to Judge Young's courtroom was an allegation that your son videos of your son were distributed inappropriately. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was one of the complaints. Yes.
And that was a complaint that DHS made, correct?
Yeah, that was yes.
And it actually was a complaint because it was a video of your son actually masturbating that was distributed among other people. Is that correct?
No, it wasn't distributed. It wasn't distributed.
Wait, hold on. There was an objection, Ms. Flaherty.
Objection. The direct exam was
Yes,
about
I'm sorry, Ms. Flaherty. Just state the basis for your objection.
yes, it's outside the scope of the direct examination.
We'll give Mr. Gibbs a little latitude on this, but not too much. Mr. Gibbs, you're on mute.
I followed your order, Judge, and put myself on mute when I wasn't talking.
Okay.
Ma'am, the allegation was that video was going to be distributed on Facebook.
No, it
Is that
wasn't.
correct? Okay. Thank you. I have no more questions.
Yeah. May I ask? I'm sorry, Ms. Flaherty. Do you have anything additional?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Two different sons, correct, that were before Judge Young, QR and LR,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. QR was the oldest one.
And
That
is
was
that
the
the
one.
one Mr. Gibbs is referring to as QR?
Yes, he's referring to QR, not LR.
And what did later in the case, what did the doctors working with QR ultimately tell the court?
Objection. Pause for hearsay.
Sustained.
HR, to your knowledge, was it later disclosed that QR had made those stories up?
Objection.
Yes.
Call for hearsay.
No, you can answer.
Yes, he had recanted.
Thank you.
Mr. Gibbs, anything?
No, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. I do have one question. Ma'am, how long were you incarcerated for the alleged contempt?
For a day.
4 days? Or for a day?
A day. That
For
one
one
day.
day.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. Any members of the court have any questions for this witness?
Ma'am, Judge Foradora, how many times did you actually appear in front of Judge Young?
Three times.
So it would have been the second time that the incarceration occurred?
Yes. Yes.
What was her demeanor like on the first time and the third time?
Can you repeat it, please? I'm sorry.
You talked about her demeanor and the way she behaved in court. On the first time and the third time, when you weren't in prison, what was her demeanor like?
It was unprofessional. Like when my son was crying, she flagged and frowned her face up at him and said, we wasn't having that in here.
Would that have been at the first hearing?
I didn't hear you, sir.
Would that have been at the first hearing?
That was the first, yes, that was the first hearing, the first day, yes.
And how about at the third hearing after your incarceration?
Wasn't much talked about because my son had already been taken, and it was just basically going there to make sure I did what I needed to do. and we was asking for visitation.
I have no other questions, Judge Schwartzman.
Okay, thank you. Any other members of the court have any questions?
I have no questions.
Okay, Miss Flaherty, you call your next witness?
Yes, please. Thank you, HR. The
Thank
board
you.
calls JC. Excuse me, CJ.
Yes.
I apologize. CJ.
Yes.
Could I have the witness raise your right hand, please? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Good morning, Ms. CJ.
Good morning, Ms. Flaherty.
Ms. CJ, were you subpoenaed to appear here before the Court of Judicial Discipline in this matter?
Yes.
Your Honors, Ms. CJ will testify about her experience before Judge Young in Philadelphia Family Court in February 2018 and its impact on her and her family. The cases are in the interest of SJ, BR, and JJ minors set forth in the December 1st, 2020 opinion at Section 2, Part C, demeanor, pages 29 to 30, paragraphs 84 to 89. Also at Section 2, Part D, contempt, pages 39 to 41, paragraphs 119 to 129. Ms. CJ's testimony will refer to the facts set forth in the opinion. CJ, tell us about your educational background.
I graduated high school and I went to community college for 2 years.
And what was your occupation in February 2018?
I had just became a stay-home mother. I had recently had a child.
And how many children did you have at that time?
5.
And how about now? What is your occupation?
I do security work downtown.
In downtown Philadelphia?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, it's a little lagging.
Why were you before Judge Young on February 16, 2018?
Matters of a truancy hearing.
For your 3 older children?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you ever been in court other than this truancy matter before Judge Young?
No, ma'am.
Were your 3 children with you that day?
No.
Can you explain to the court why not?
They were in school.
Did you know that you were supposed to bring them with you?
No. The subpoena that I had stated for me to bring myself.
And no mention of the children?
No, ma'am.
Did you explain to Judge Young why the children weren't not in court?
Yes, several times, myself and my appointed lawyer.
And how did she respond? How did Judge Young respond?
Very dismissive. She was very dismissive. She did not want to hear it.
Did you and your attorney explain the circumstances for the truancies?
Yes, we did.
And how did Judge Young respond?
She was very enraged, impatient, antagonistic. She did not want to hear anything that we had to say. She was not trying to, I'm not going to say sympathy. She just was very dismissive.
Did DHS allege any other problems in your home?
No.
And what did Judge Young decide to do regarding your children?
My children were adjudicated that day.
Were they removed from the home?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about how that happened. Prior to the hearing, did you think it was possible that Judge Young would take the children from your home?
I didn't. I went there that morning thinking that I would be able to honestly bring to her not an excuse, but to bring to her facts of what was going on and underneath my circumstances. And I thought that she would willingly hear me out.
And did that happen?
No.
How did you react when she ordered the removal of your children?
I panicked at first. I was disturbed. I couldn't believe that it was actually happening. It was out about her experience. I felt like she was being biased. I went through an overwhelming number of emotions.
Did you communicate how you were feeling to Judge Young?
I did.
And how did she respond?
Very indignant. She was very dismissive again. Very cavalier, very egotistical.
Did your attorney ask for a different approach?
Yes, ma'am.
Which was what?
He asked that DHS do a review of my home, basically like one-on-one, what would you call it? Supervision. Yes.
Where were the children at that time of the hearing? Oh, excuse me, you already stated they were in school, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Did they have any idea they could be removed from the home?
Objection. Objection. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I couldn't hear you.
Got it on mute. Sustained.
What action did Judge Young take next?
The next action was I was immediately incarcerated. I was told that if I did not bring my children to the DHS building by 4 p.m., that I would be essentially shipped to State Road, which is the prison, the county prison in Philadelphia.
And how did you react to that?
I was disturbed. I reacted as any mother would. I acted out of emotion.
I would venture to say my accent is identical to these people, not her, these people, because they're from Philadelphia, and I'm right at like Philadelphia's here, and I'm right here.
Out of fear, out of hurt.
Were you crying when this happened?
Yes.
And what happened next?
Next, a bailiff was brought in. I asked her several times, could you please look at the subpoena that I had? If I was being arrested on the basis that there was no children present, which was told to me in the courtroom, then I could bring them. She told me flat out that that wasn't even an option, that my children would be removed from my home and that I had until, again, the stated time, 4 p.m. to bring my children.
What was it like? How did that affect you to be in the holding cell?
It was inhumane. I've never been locked up. I've never had to be around criminals. I don't conduct myself around criminals. I am very much a mother. To have to explain to my children that they were being removed and not even have the time to explain to them that they were being removed, but to be put in a position of, again, unhumane circumstances was angering. I was infuriated. I was hurt. I was, again, fearful for my children. I was in a cell with people who were throwing up, who were drunk. I was there unwarranted.
Were you permitted to see your children?
No.
How long did that take before you could see them and explain it to them?
It wasn't until my second court hearing that I was allowed to see my children. Not even allowed to see them, to speak to them, because I was immediately told that because I acted in emotion in the courtroom, that a restraining order was put against me.
And there you have it. And there was what really happened. I mean, the other side of the story is she was probably screaming and yelling in the courtroom, and the judge said, "You're not allowed to do that." Which, I probably would throw down if someone tried to take my kids. I would probably be in jail if someone tried to. Well, not now. They can take them. Please, somebody freaking take these kids. I don't even care if you have a van with free candy on the. I don't care. I'll throw them in there. I'll put them in there with you. I don't care. But back when they were children, yeah, I would not be polite to the judge, because my son and my eldest had tardy issues. I don't know how she graduated, because she just decided one day she didn't want to go to school no more. So every day, every single day, it was a huge battle to push her into that school, to graduate her. And she went to a Catholic school. So, there was no, they didn't care. they did not care. Education was number one. You were going to get that education. If you didn't get that education, you do not graduate. Oh, and money. Money was a big deal for them too, but education. So, yeah, so she had a fit in the courtroom, which I probably would have too. But.
So, do you mean a no contact order?
Yes, no contact.
And were the children put in homes with your family right away?
Absolutely not. They were immediately taken from my mother. My mother is a registered RN. My father has clearance to do foster care because he has been in foster care for a while. I knew the circumstances of kinship care, and I asked immediately before we place them in a home and have the city paying unwarranted money to please allow them to be with family, because they come from a home and a family that can take care of this.
But was that denied?
Yes.
What effect did the removal from your home have on your children?
It had several long-term effects. And
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I don't think the witness is in an appropriate position to opine about any medical outcome as a result of this.
I'm going to overrule your objection. You can answer the question.
Yes. I'm sorry. Can we take that back? It lagged a little.
The question was, what effect did the removal have on your children?
The removal had several, as I was stating, several long-term effects, immediate effects of shock, overwhelmed. They didn't understand. They were fearful. Long-term, it's been a bumpy road trying to establish trust again. My youngest daughter is very skeptical about everything now. She actually overdoes everything now to make sure she is guaranteed to never have that happen to her again. My middle child, I'm just now being able to communicate with her as a mom should be able to communicate with their child. For a year and a half, she was completely shocked. She wasn't functioning like her normal self. My oldest son, I am still to this day trying to get him to establish trust with me, so that he knows that I would never allow anything like that to happen again. He's very fearful of the courts. It was just overwhelming.
And how have the events of February 16, 2018 affected you long-term?
First and foremost, for a while, I was very fearful of the court system. I know that what Judge Laris did was a misconduct of the court. So I try not to let one bad apple spoil the bunch, but it's very disheartening to have any type of trust in the court system when my rights that I should rightfully have were just taken from me. I was not able to speak justly. I was not able to stand in a courtroom and get my just due. I was very, I felt antagonized. I'm a little damaged. It's been rough.
Thank you. I appreciate your testimony.
Thank you.
I offer for cross.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you
Good
today?
morning. I'm fine, and yourself?
Ma'am, the first time you went to Judge Young's courtroom was January 24th, 2018. Is that correct?
No.
No? How many
No.
times did you go in front of Judge Young?
Once.
Once. So you didn't go in front of her twice?
No.
Okay. At any point did Judge Young, you said you testified your kids were in school. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're here today under oath. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Do you recall when Judge Young's courtroom called your children's school and they were informed that your children were not in school that day?
They weren't. That's where my mother picked them up from.
So they weren't in school?
They were in school. That's where my mother picked them up from to bring them to the DHS building.
Were they in school while you were at court?
Yes.
And did your mom take the kids out of school early?
Yes.
And isn't it true that you testified when you, by the way, you had a lawyer at these hearings, correct?
Yes. I had a quick appointment through community legal service. Yes.
Mr. Gibbons, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you were in a courtroom, so you testified today that Judge Young did not let you have your say, but isn't it true that Mr. Gibbons asked you questions and you answered those questions at the hearing?
I'm sorry, will you repeat the question because you lagged?
Mr. Gibbons asked you questions and you answered those questions at the hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you had the chance to testify as after Mr. Gibbons asked you questions, right?
No.
You didn't have a chance to testify?
If I was allowed to testify, I think that she would have seen things differently. I was very much, every time I tried to give a response, I was immediately shut down.
So if the notes of testimony reflect that Mr. Gibbons asked you questions and you give full, complete answers to those questions, would that transcript be incorrect?
It would be incorrect because I wasn't allowed to give whole answers.
Okay. Ma'am, how many days had your kids missed from school at the time that you wound up in Judge Young's courtroom?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you recall testifying that you don't send the kids to school or telling DHS that you don't send the kids to school when it rains?
Yes, I did. And it wasn't because of it not just being weather permissible. It's because my son Sincere is a severe asthmatic, so it's detrimental to his health.
Okay. Would you agree with me that on average, all of your kids missed about 20 days that school year from school?
No.
No. How many days did they miss then, ma'am?
Only 20? She went to jail because her kids missed 20 days? My kids missed 20 days before we were 10 days in.
I'm not sure.
Can you estimate for us?
I can't.
Okay. They missed enough days for the school to contact DHS and for you to have a hearing, right?
Well, DHS wasn't contacted. What I first initially was offered was the YES program. DHS came into play because of I'm not actually sure to this day why DHS came into play, because the first initial program that I was offered was yes. That's what we were waiting for. It's a program that allows.
That pause right there. DHS came into play because pause. That was her thinking of a lie really, 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 really quick. She couldn't think of one. So she said, I'm not sure why DHS came into play. Lies.
You to intern, make up time through school, or have a said person, I would say advocate, speak for you.
Okay. Were you aware, did Mr. Gibbons discuss with you the January hearing that you didn't show up to?
Right. It was subpoenaed, I believe.
My question, ma'am, did Mr. Gibbons discuss that hearing with you?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge. So you don't know that at that hearing, Judge Young ordered you to make sure the kids continue to go to school, correct?
They did.
He did tell you, Mr. Gibbons did tell you that?
I didn't speak to Mr. Gibbons until a later time, maybe a couple days before my court hearing in February. And as far as January 24th, I was not present, and I'm not sure what happened that day. I cannot speak for that day.
Okay.
The first subpoena, may I note that the first subpoena that I received was February 14th court hearing.
Okay. Can you explain to the court how your mother knew to pick up the kids from school early that day?
I asked Mr. Gibbons to call.
And did he call during the hearing, before the hearing, or after the hearing?
After I was locked up.
Okay. So after you were locked up, it's your testimony today under oath that the kids were in school and your mother picked them up after you were locked up. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's not your test. And you. Thank you, Your Honor. I have no more questions.
Ms. Flaherty.
Okay, again, I have an issue with that damn attorney. He brought up inappropriate material that was not relevant because he knew the outcome with the last lady. This lady, he asked these questions like he's going to impeach her. It's your testimony that this is what happened. Asking it like that is not what happened and he's about to impeach her. He did not impeach her. No, he did not bring anything to the court's attention for the whole hearing that she was lying right there. But the way he was questioning her, made it sound to the panel she was sitting there lying. I don't know if she was lying or not. He didn't bring anything forward to prove her lying. I don't like that attorney. I don't like the judges for allowing it. The judges, somebody should have objected, and the judges should have said, yeah, no.
Do you have anything in addition? I'm not suggesting that you should. Okay.
No, I don't. I'm through. Thank you. Thank you, CJ.
Judge, I have a question.
Yeah. Yes, Judge Eisenhower.
Ma'am, you said that during the hearing, Judge Young adjudicated your children and took custody away from you. Was
Yes.
that of the 3 children in question, or was it of all 5 of your children?
Just the 3.
Okay, so there was nothing involving the other 2 at that particular hearing.
No,
All right.
never
thank
came
you.
about. You're welcome.
Any other members of the court have any questions? Judge Jones?
Yes, good morning. Can you tell me, did your children, you were offered the YES program, did they ever
Yes.
participate in that program?
We were first contacted by them. The person, advocate. I'm sorry, I don't want to. We were first contacted from them maybe late December, if I can recall. They came out to my home. They did an initial intake, and then the next thing I heard, or next step that I received was the subpoena for February 14th. So again, I went into court thinking that this was a continuation from what the YES advocate and I had discussed.
And was this program made known to you by the school?
I think it was based off of the truancy from the school. I had never heard of them. Well, that's what I thought that I was going to court for on the in February. I thought that was a continuation. I thought, because he explained to me that we were coming out, we were setting the itinerary, and that what was going to be brought forth in the courtroom. That's what I thought that I was establishing when I came to court in February.
So you had no further conversation with the YES program before you went to court?
No.
Okay.
Any other members of the court have any questions?
I have no questions.
Okay.
Your Honor, I actually have a follow-up based upon Judge Eisenhower's question, if I may.
Mr. Gibbs, go ahead.
Ma'am, you were aware that there were 3 cases before the court, correct? In re SJ, in re BLJ, and in re JJ. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
You were aware there were
Wait.
3 cases.
Is he speaking in pig Latin now? I don't understand.
Cases in front of Judge Young when you appeared in front of her on February 16th?
I thought that it was a continuation of the YES itinerary. Yes. I
Okay.
didn't know that they were cases. I did not know that DHS had came into play. I thought this was all through the YES program, which stated that they were court appointed.
And you walked into court that day with that impression, is that correct?
Yes.
You testified previously that you did talk to Mr.
We don't get to see Judge Young. She's not here. She's not in any of the squares. And she's not, she's not behind any of the squares either. See? No Judge Young.
Gibbons a few days prior before your hearing. He didn't explain to you that you were going to court for a hearing?
I may have mistakenly interpreted what he was saying. Maybe I didn't have a clear understanding, but because of the names of the programs and how everything came forth, I was under the impression that this was a continuation from YES.
But you had a lawyer, right?
Coin appointed, yes.
And you had to go to court, correct?
Right, but under the umbrella of DHS and truancy and school district, it's not unfamiliar for them to all be established as one. I thought that all of them were in partnership. I did not know that this was a court hearing as far as my children could possibly be taken away or any of that, the things that happened. I was under the impression that the school truancy and the services provided through those agencies were all one. I thought they were partnered.
Okay. Last question, ma'am. You were aware that all 3 of your kids were absent from school for an extended period of time, right?
I'm sorry?
You were aware that all 3 of your kids were truant, correct?
Excused.
Not in school, right?
Excused.
Oh. Thank you, Your Honor.
May I ask one follow-up question, Your Honor?
Yes, Ms. Flaherty.
And just to give the judges the
I'm sorry, Ms. Flaherty. Ms. Flaherty, just ask your question, okay?
When were your children returned home to you?
Maybe.
Nice job, Judge. Well done. We need you desperately in the O.J. Simpson trial. You are fantastic.
It was from beginning to end, roughly 6 to 8 months.
Thank you.
Yeah, Your Honor, I have one follow-up based on that.
Mr. Gibbs, go ahead.
Ma'am, were your kids with your mother in kinship care at all before they were returned to you? Where were they at for those 6 to 8 months?
In the beginning, they were in foster homes. I was told that under the circumstances of my court hearing, that all 3 children would be placed in the same home. That did not happen. My youngest child, JJ, was placed in a home separate from BR and SJ in a whole nother part of the city. Eventually, because of the misfindings, they were put together with their paternal grandmother. But that was established.
Thank you. So they wound up with the maternal grandmother, correct?
I'm sorry?
They wound up with the maternal grandmother, correct?
Paternal, yes.
Paternal. Thank you.
Anything further with this witness?
I have a question, Judge.
Yes, Judge Fordor.
You said excused 3 times to Attorney Gibbs' question. Did you mean
Yes.
you wrote them excuses, the school excused them, or what did you mean when you used that term?
Yes, that they had legally been excused. I was told through the school that they weren't even aware. I have a very familiar relationship with the people of their school, the staff of their school. If my children miss a day, I write a note. I know the legalities that much to write a note. So when I said excuse, that's what I meant. Yes, excuse as meaning I wrote a note.
Okay. Now, I believe sometimes when you write a note, any parent, the school may not accept it and say that's not a sufficient reason. Do you know if the school accepted your excuses as sufficient reason?
I don't.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Flaherty, you can call your next witness.
Yes, thank you, HR. The board calls JM, who's located at a different law office. So if Ms. Kane could admit JM from Attorney Thompson's office at Edelstein Law.
Okay, we're watching technology do its magic at this point. Ms. Flaherty, has somebody let the Edelstein firm know that you're waiting for the next witness?
I'm sorry.
You're
go
on
ahead.
mute. Ms. Flaherty, you're on mute.
I believe Mr. Metz is doing that now.
Okay, thank you.
Certainly.
We should have Twitch back tomorrow, guys. Twitch is coming back tomorrow.
There, it looks like they've just come aboard. And Mr. Thompson, you're on mute there.
I don't see where he is.
On mine, it's at the bottom of the screen. It says Andrew J. Thompson.
I muted it for a second. Oh, wait, she's here. Hold on. No, Linus. Yes and no. But these are 2 different people. So the grandmother was one case. And she went to jail because her daughter wouldn't give up her baby. But she was in court because of other allegations. So while she was in court, the judge said, well, I want that baby too. And you're going to go to jail until I get that baby. It's not even her baby. This second one was a different mother, a different case that went in front of Judge Young. And she went in front of Judge Young for truancy issues because the kids were truant from school. The judge took her kids, put them in different places, even though they had family that would take the kids, with nursing degrees and foster care certificates, blah, blah, blah. And the kids were gone for, what did they say, 8 months in different houses? Kids were gone for almost a year from her. She couldn't get her kids back. She couldn't talk to her kids because they put a protection order out, so she couldn't talk to them because she made an ass out of herself in the courtroom. So yeah, that now we have a third person. This is a completely different case.
We can see everyone.
There.
There it is on the bottom right.
Okay, very good.
There's too many people, so. somebody has to-
Anybody having a problem at this point, or do we have Mr. Thompson's screen up there?
I can see.
Okay,
I don't see Mr. Thompson.
Okay, hearing nothing. Ms. Flaherty, what this witness? What are the initials of this witness?
J.M.
J.M. J.M. Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Flaherty?
Good morning, J.M.
Good morning.
Your Honors, J.M. will testify about the impact of Judge Young's rulings in the dependency and termination of parental rights cases of N.M., who suffered rib fractures as an infant. The case is in the interest of N.M. and in the interest of N.W.M. The issues in the amended court complaint are set forth at Section 2, Findings of Fact, Part A, Delay, page 8, paragraphs 30 and 31, and Section 2, Findings of Fact, Part B, Right to be Heard, Impartiality and Fairness, page 19, paragraph 52A through R. Ms. J.M., where do you reside?
Did I get that? Enhaw, Pennsylvania.
Is that in Harrisburg?
Outskirts of Harrisburg, yes, ma'am.
And what is your employment background?
I'm retired from 7 years in the district magistrate court system. I worked additionally 15 years part-time job at the Dauphin County Night Court, and I also worked part-time at a local police department in the records department. And I'm currently part-time at our local tax office.
And what is your relationship to N.M. and her brother E.M.?
I'm the paternal grandmother.
And how old were the children when this case started in April 2016?
NM was basically an infant. My NM was about 2 years of age.
EM was 2?
I apologize. Yes, EM. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Okay. And that case was before Judge Young because why? Why was the case before Judge Young?
There was alleged injury to NM.
And what was her injury?
Her ribs being injured or, broken.
Fractured. Yes.
I apologize. Fractured.
Did you observe any of the hearings in the case about NM?
Just the first day we appeared for court. And that was it.
What ruling did Judge Young make about the custody of the 2 children?
I was denied NM, but EM, I was granted as the foster parent.
So you had kinship care of the 2-year-old, but not the baby, correct?
That's correct.
How did Judge Young's order to place NM in general foster care affect you?
Horrifically. I felt that I should have been given the opportunity to take care of NM. I couldn't understand why.
And did you observe the parents' reaction to Judge Young's order to place NM in foster care and EM in kinship care?
It was horrific. They had to go home and be out of their home before NM was home from.
It's beyond the scope of the question that was asked.
Ruled. You can continue answering.
Thank you. They had to be out prior to NM. No.
Do you mean EM? Excuse me, do you mean prior EM?
Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. What I observed and saw, a father who was so distraught, my son, crying, in NM's bed crying. And then on the third floor, I heard just horrific moaning I never experienced. And it was the mother, so distraught, so upset, in shock, like what just happened to our family. It was so horrific. And I had to remain strong. That's what I experienced. Horrible. I will always have that in my mind image. Two loving parents, totally devastated. You know, their child taken.
And who explained the custody arrangement to EM?
Yeah.
To the 2-year-old.
As I picked up EM from his daycare, I had to be light, fresh, and airy, upbeat. I explained that mommy and daddy were working, and that's why they weren't there at the house. Each day, each time he, came back, woke up, coming back from daycare, where's mommy? Where's daddy? They're at work, honey. They have to work very hard. Well, that lasted about a week. We came home from daycare, and again, he asked. He wasn't having that answer anymore, where he just had horrific breakdown, just crying, and his arms around my neck. Where's mommy? I want mommy. I want daddy. And this went on for almost an hour. I was almost to a point, oh my God, what can I do? This child is having a breakdown. He cried and was in such a state that he just was so exhausted, he just fell asleep. And I was just rocking him the whole time. I mean, he just so exhausted himself that he was that upset. And I was almost, I didn't know who to call. I certainly wasn't calling my son in Darnlow because there was no contact whatsoever. It was so horrific. To this day, it still haunts me.
Where did you provide that kinship care?
In their home in Philadelphia.
After EM was reunified with the parents, were you willing to take NM in kinship care?
Yes.
Did you comply with all the requirements by DHS and Judge Young?
Yes, I did.
And did the parents, your son and his wife, comply with all the requirements imposed by this court to be reunified with NM?
Objection.
The basis of your objection?
it calls for hearsay, and it's beyond the knowledge of this particular witness. There's not a foundation laid about whether this witness knew what the conditions were for the parents. The appropriate witness would be DHS.
Ms. Flaherty, could you restate the question and try and lay a better foundation?
To your knowledge, were the parents required to do certain things in order to qualify for reunion?
For additional classes, show good faith that, yes, we want our daughter back. We are willing to do what it takes, what's required.
And what is your understanding of why Judge Young denied kinship care at the follow-up hearings, at the sequence of hearings?
Objection unless she was present, Your Honor.
I was present for the first day.
Overruled. You can answer the question.
The first day we were in court, the judge indicated that a case prior was compromised when she allowed kinship to that family. What it had to do with our family, I couldn't understand that, why I was denied.
With the subsequent hearings, at the later hearings, what was your understanding of why kinship care was denied?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. The witness has testified to being at only one hearing. So I don't believe the witness can testify about what occurred at subsequent hearings.
Ma'am, were you present at the second hearing?
I was out in the lobby. I was never called in after.
Were you ever made aware of what the requirements were at that second hearing?
I can't recall.
Okay, Ms. Flaherty, ask your next question, please.
Did you receive
objection sustained?
Did you receive kinship care of NM at any point?
Down the ways, not immediately.
Was that after the appeal?
I will say yes. I'm not sure. But
do you recall going to a hearing before Judge Tereshka?
We went before they allowed Naomi NM was, I was given the rights for, to have NM.
Let's just back up a little bit. How did the repeated denial of kinship care affect you?
Objection. Your Honor, calls for a fact. It calls for a fact, not an evidence.
May I respond?
She hasn't testified yet, so they're asking for her and how it affected her. She can testify to that.
It affected me horrifically because I couldn't understand why I was being denied. I complied with everything, and plus I had my grandson. I complied. I went to classes. My grandson was every visit. I mean, I didn't know what else I would need to do to show that I can comply.
JM, the findings of fact, which are within this court's opinion, demonstrate that while this case was on appeal because of the denial of kinship care, Judge Young granted a petition for the termination of parental rights. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And what was your reaction and that of your family when those parental rights were terminated?
I mean, we were devastated. It's like, how is this happening? We complied. DHS did in our house. They observed us.
I'm sorry. I can't understand her answer. She's breaking up. DHS comply what?
with
Relax, woman.
DHS. So I complied with all the requirements, classes. The social worker would come to the home, and then at visits, I mean, the joy, the happiness that my grandson showed towards his parents. I mean, there was no doubt there was love there. You know, he missed his parents. We had to click on how to leave. Parents would sneak out, and then I would carry my grandson and where's mommy? Where's daddy? And then I had to deal with a very upset little child missing his parents after visit. It was always heartbreaking, devastating to see my grandson just go. Yes, ma'am.
In May of 2018, after the Superior Court issued its rulings, did you get kinship care of NM at that point?
Yes, I did.
And then in July 2018, were the children reunified with their parents?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, with that background, can you please tell the court what effect that greater than 2-year separation from NM had on your family?
Jeez.
The stress, the strain, the constant requirements. But we all stayed positive, encouragement. I mean, I found myself like, I would watch people, how they interact with their children out in public. I mean, it totally destroyed me, what has happened to my family.
Hi, Buckeye.
I'm just more aware, and that's why I'm here testifying, because this should have never happened.
What sort of things did you miss out on during those 2 years?
Her birthdays, her special little things that happen as babies grow to little toddlers, and we missed out on all that.
How has this case about NM affected your trust in the judicial system?
In this particular field, I'm very concerned. My trust it's not there. We need to revamp requirements and laws so this can never, ever, ever happen to any other innocent families.
Thank you.
You have any questions?
I do. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
To be better.
I understand, ma'am. My understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that this case winds up at DHS because the infant had broken ribs, correct?
That's correct.
And what was told to...
Objection.
Severe objection?
Yes, objection, relevance. All of these facts that she's testified to have been proven and accepted by this court in the findings of fact.
Well, that's not a basis for an objection. Overruled.
Ma'am, and isn't it true that the initial explanation...
Come on, guys. This judge is so good. He does not allow anything that's not supposed to be here in here.
Was that either the dog did it or the older child did it?
The what? What was the first one, sir?
Either the dog broke the ribs or the older child broke the ribs. Wasn't that the explanation provided initially?
That the toddler child.
Broke the infant's ribs, right?
Yes, sir.
So what Judge Young did is she separated the toddler child from the infant. Is that not correct when she placed one child with you and put the other child in foster care?
That's what she did.
And were you aware that the CHOP doctors testified in front of Judge Young that this was not an accidental injury?
Yes, I was out in the lobby. He was called in. Yes, sir.
So, just so I'm clear, CHOP doctors evaluate the child who has serious injuries, correct?
The ribs, yes.
And that child needed specialized medical care, correct?
Whatever care is required for that, I don't know.
Okay. Now, at some point, you move into the parents' homes, correct?
That's correct, sir.
And you do kinship care there, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the parents ultimately move back in that home, so you have to move back to Harrisburg. Isn't that correct?
That was down the ways. When they received EM was awarded back to that. It's when I had NM, I had her at my home in NHOT. Because we were still at the home in Philly.
Okay. And at no point did the parents admit to or tell the court what happened to the child with the broken ribs, correct?
Correct.
And so is it fair to assume that it could have been the older toddler who broke the child's ribs?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. So with that possibility, would it be fair to say that you keep them apart until you find out exactly what happened?
Yeah, to an extent.
Okay. Kiana, some questions.
Claire, do you have anything further?
Yes. Isn't it true, JM, that the older child, EM, went back to the parents in a couple of months after you had him in kinship care?
I would object to the leading nature of the question.
Overruled.
That is correct. He was reunified.
And were there multiple hearings after that where kinship care was denied by Judge Young?
Objection, Your Honor.
It's part
Overruled. Overruled.
Yes, that's correct. Each time
do
we would.
Do you know why she continued to deny that kinship care?
Objection, Your Honor. The testimony, she was only in one hearing.
Well, if she knows, she can testify.
Very well.
I don't know. She was continually denying reunification and would require my son and daughter to attend classes, do this, do that, and then continue out like 3-4 months. And they continually abided by her requests. But yet each time we go back to court, I was out in the lobby the whole time. They would come out. Again, it would be continued.
And did NM's parents tell you that Judge Young was going to permit medical evidence about the rib fractures from an expert?
Yes, ma'am. We had.
Did you meet that expert?
Yes, he was out in the lobby waiting. Mm-hmm.
And was he ever permitted in to testify?
The whole time we were there, not at all to testify, not at all.
Thank you.
Mr. Gibbs, anything further?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Do any members of the court have any questions? Hearing none. Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Flaherty, call your
Thank
next
you.
witness.
That's the last of my witnesses, Conference Judge Schwartzman, but I would like to ask at this time to admit letters which were submitted to the court on April 16, 2021. The board
May
filed...
I ask, is that what was identified as Board Exhibit 1?
Yes.
And
It was-
were those sent to all members of the court or just to me?
I would
Do
have
other
to
members
ask...
Did other members of the court receive those letters?
They were distributed by email after they came to the court.
Yes.
Okay.
So we all got them.
Okay. Mr. Gibbs, any objection to those letters?
No, Your Honor. I think they've been distributed already, so I don't have an objection at this time.
Okay, they're admitted.
Then I reserve argument for after Judge Young's case is presented.
Okay, thank you. May I ask members of the court, do you want to take a short break now, 10 minutes before Mr. Gibbs starts his case, or should we just continue?
We can take a short recess.
I'd like to take a short recess, yes.
Okay, so it's now 11:21, so let's resume at 11:30.
Very good.
So court will be in recess.
All right, we're going to end it there today. We got about the same amount of time left tomorrow before we find out what happens, even though we already know what happens because I already told y'all. But maybe you didn't hear me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Give me a couple minutes. Hold on, don't leave yet. Hold on. To set up OJ. I have Jude's song he wrote for us coming up to end it. So that's freaking exciting. Jude's not here right now, but everybody get in Discord and tell him how much you loved it. All right? Bye, guys. Thank you.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright, she's got that grace. Come join the fun, it's a welcome and play. I can count on distraction from my pain, 'cause this creator takes you there and back again. Kathy is the heart here, always in stride. Her work is hard, but her joy she can't hide. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her style is classy, she's always top shelf. Don't take my word, come and see for yourself. Her cases are new with a twist or two. I really like them, I believe you will too. A little lifeline passed along in rhyme. Why don't you join us? It's a guaranteed good time. Thank you.